Do you deserve it? Like, do you really deserve it? Have you done whatever you believe is necessary to deserve it? Are you worthy? Are you allowed to? Is it okay? Do you have permission? These are the things that are running through people's minds, whether consciously or subconsciously. That's what we were all programmed with. We have to get permission from someone to be something, get something, have something, live something, do something. We have to be worthy of it. We have to work hard for it. We have to achieve it. We have to get there. We have to prove our worth. That's the ultimate bullshit. But where does this all come from? All of these things are a sign of our separation from who we are and where we were created from and what the essence of all things is. Because how could the essence of all things lack anything? And hence, how could you need permission or deservance or whatever to have something? How could you need that if you truly stem from all that is? But here is the thing. In this world is programmed and designed to foster suffering. But what is suffering? Of course, we all understand suffering in what hurts us, pain, physical pain, emotional pain. Now that is suffering. But then there is another form of suffering, which is desire, or better yet, unfulfilled desire. And we know from our own seeking and spiritual traditions that the transcendence of suffering and desire are ultimately your return to where you truly came from. So how do we do that? I want to share a story here with you. And it's from the original Yogi OG, Babaji, who you might have heard of. He was written about in many books, but probably prominently in the autobiography of a yogi by the Paramahansa Yogananda. And he tells this story where Babaji was, working with one of his disciples, and, he had been in the Himalayan mountains meditating for many years with this disciple so that this disciple could transcend the suffering and the desires. And while they felt that he was pretty close, there was one big desire left in this disciple's heart, and that was to experience life as a king with all that comes with it. And so Babaji, knowing about the illusory nature of our reality, basically this being a simulation, if you will, created out of thin air for this disciple a huge palace that was bigger and more beautiful and more luxurious than the Taj Mahal. So the disciple could experience the fulfillment of his deep desire to live as a king. And as soon as the disciple walked through this palace and experienced all the riches and the goods and the luxuries, he realized that still did not give him the fulfillment that he was seeking. And everybody who experiences the fulfillment of his earthly or worldly desires experiences the same thing. But you still need to experience it. People think you can somehow bypass this step. And that's why I'm absolutely 100% convinced that you should experience wealth. You should experience abundance. You should experience all the things that your worldly heart desires, so that you truly, in your own experience, in your own knowing, realize, well, that's not it. So what is it? That's really what's beyond the suffering, beyond the desire. All of it is a spiritual suffering, my friends. All of it, everything that we think that is earthly or worldly pain, the abuse, the psychological abuse, the physical abuse, and all that other stuff that we think is the actual suffering, is just a symptom of the original suffering, which is the separation from the Creator, our perceived, our illusory separation. So we were programmed to feel separated, and certain physical things were done, and certain genetic programs, and the environment is being poisoned, and all of that is happening so that we experience the suffering of separation and never even realize that it is separation, when in truth, we're really just desiring to come home to our father, mother, origin, source, whatever you want to call it. And that is, all suffering is spiritual suffering of separation. Now here's the thing, you can mentally know this and you can hear this a million times, it still won't keep you from wanting to experience material goods or material comforts. And I'm saying, do you deserve it? Do you give yourself permission to experience them now? Because once you experience them and you realize it's not the fulfillment of your deepest desires, then these things don't matter as much anymore. You can still have them and be around them and enjoy them, but it's not going to be the it. It could never be the it, because it is a minuscule expression of the it, not the wholeness of the it. And the only way to get to the it is to transcend that suffering, realize it's illusory, fulfill some of those desires so you truly know they're illusory, and go inward to reconnect. Because from that space, when you truly are reconnected, when you experience all of creation through you, in you, and all around you, even for just a few seconds, you will never ever forget it again. It will never be gone. And that is what all suffering is about. It's the masking, the masquerading, it's the falseness of these labels that ultimately all just point to the same thing, our return to source. And I don't mean by dying. You don't have to die. The body doesn't have to die to do that. But the false perceptions die. That's the little death. That's the death of perceptions, the death of ego rule. Ego is not going to die, but the rule of the ego is going to die. The death of separate identity. I am this separate being, separate from everything else. When these things die as perceptions, you are removing the barriers between you and the Creator. And that is all that really matters. Once we return, everything looks different, feels different, sounds different. That doesn't mean that life is this unicorn and rainbow thing. But when you have that and you know how to return to that and be connected to that, everything else is like a game. It's like a play. It's literally a play. And that's what I encourage everyone to experience at least once. And it happens through deep prayer and meditation. But don't pray out there. Pray in here. Pray inwards, knowing that the spirit of all that is resides in you, just wants to be seen, addressed, and heard. That's all, really all there is to it. The question is, do you deserve it?
Your environment shapes everything, your thoughts, your health, your energy. But most people never question the invisible field they live in. We did, and that's when FLFE found us. It's not a product, it's a field of pure life force energy that lifts everything it touches. We now live in it 24/7, and we would love to invite you to experience it too. Start your free 15-day trial now. No pressure, no strings attached. Just the truth, resonance, and peace.